things just weren't right up in Canada. Random acts of violence were popping up like weeds, and the Northern Lights, well, they just weren't right. One night they'd be brighter than ever, and the next, gone. In Nunavut Bay, I overheard talk between Jean Bisson and his mysterious partner Arpeggio. Somehow, those two are behind it all. Tracking the source of the disturbance was easy. By simply following the lights, we were led north to an immense lumber camp. The sheer number of fallen trees advertised Jean Bisson's presence and that he was in possession of the clockwork talons. The Thievius Raccoonus makes numerous references to the talons slicing through plates of steel. A skilled lumberjack like Bisson could clear a forest in hours while wielding the artifacts. Those talons have got to go, both to finally do away with clockwork and to save the environment from his twisted sense of progress. The world just doesn't need to make space for another strip mall.
Okay, so here's what we know. One, Arpeggio's blip is on its way to pick up a battery from Jean Bisson. And two, the only way we'll get a crack at Arpeggio's clockwork brain is by finding a way to sneak aboard his blip.
But before we do that, we'll need to snag the clockwork talons off Jean Bisson. Time is short and we've got a lot to accomplish.
True, but first things first. This lumber camp isn't on any of my maps. I need you to poke around and take some recon photos. They'll help to get my sensors oriented.
No problem. Recon photos I got covered.
In anticipation of the icy climate, I took the liberty of modifying your cave. It can now separate into two smaller caves, useful for ice climbing. Try ascending to the top of that sheet of ice. Just jump and hit the circle button to dig in.
Ah, yes. Episode 7. Menace from the North, eh? It's I don't remember this one super well. I remember some of the missions from it, but the area map in itself is kind of one that I don't really have memorized. Ooh, hello. Okay. Might help if I use this new move.
It's good to see my Cade upgrade perform so well in the field. Now scout the area. I could really use the reconnaissance.
Oh. In the meantime, let's also collect some clue bottles. I don't think there's any clue bottles on that boat. But yeah, I remember the operation for this episode pretty well, but not the area itself, really. Okay. Ah, let's just. Oh, we just bore witness to that.
Those saw blades look particularly old. I guess this logging camp has been around for a while.
Let's grab what's in this dude's pocket. Nope, not catching me. Teehee. Alright, and then the others are on the other side of the map. Let's just go ahead and dispatch this dude. I gotta say, this map is a lot more kind of desolate, or, well, okay, maybe that's not the right term. It's open, and there's a good chunk of stuff in it, but I don't know. Whoop. There we go. I don't really like the layout of this one. Take a picture of his own.
John Bison's house. The lair of the beast. The den of evil. The epicenter of ecological destruction.
We'll send him his picture of his own house, so that way he's threatened. Like, congratulations, motherfucker. You've been targeted by the Coopers. There's gotta be one up there, right? There's one here. Alright, just gotta remember that that is there. Ah, there's one. there, and then there's loot. Booby-trapped loot right there. Ah, there's one. 14. I'm gonna jump up to here real quick.
Fascinating. My sensors detect a Wi-Fi link to that boat. It must be piloted by computer.
For that, you know, I wonder what it's like in Canada. I know this is probably up in like the Yukon, but I wonder what it's like up there. Whoop. Surely there's got to be one up on top of this, right? That just makes a whole lot of sense. There we go. All right. $19. $20. Alright, let's just get rid of this dude. Oh, I see one up there. Smile for the camera, bear.
This place is bear country, all right. Interesting. He's putting out a slight radio signature. Okay, that should do it. Now for the real point of interest. Head for that lighthouse and try to find a way to sneak in.
Okie doke. Ah, there's a clue bottle. 5 more. I hear it, but I don't. Ah, there it is. Boop. 4 more. Ooh, I see. He's got a little something. What have you got for me, big man? I took the family jewels. I mean, his family jewel. Okay. I took his sapphire. Come on. Alright, I see this one. And this one. Alright, where's the last one at? Let's focus on that lighthouse right now. Before we sneak in, hello, big man. You got a nugget for me.
That's the battery charger, but where's the battery Arpeggio's coming to pick up? I was right. The entrance is barred from the inside. Just looking at that spinner makes me dizzy. Might as well get a shot of old Jean Bisson. Oh, Sly, He's mumbling to himself.
Come on, John. You got it in you. Those lumberjack games need some more competition, eh? What would attract the participants? Bullseye! I'll post the clockwork talons as a trophy. That should bring in the competition. Although, who am I kidding, eh? I'm gonna win just like every other year. Oh, it's tough being this tough. It sure is, yeah.
Head back to the safe house. We need to talk about these lumberjack games. Well, guys, Jean Bisson has unknowingly thrown down the gauntlet. With the Clockwork Talons as a trophy, we'd be fools not to participate in his lumberjack games. Fortunately, due to frequent avalanches, a log chopping guide was frozen in a wall of ice not far from our position. Sly, you're in charge of acquiring the book. I'm sure it will prove invaluable. Now, we're all aware that Arpeggio's blimp is coming to pick up another battery. To sneak aboard without incident, I'd recommend we pull a Trojan horse and stow away inside the battery. However, the location of the device is still a mystery. We need some inside information. So, working together, you two will infiltrate the Moose Guard's secret RC Combat Club. Those guys all work in the lighthouse. If you win the battle, I'm sure they'll talk. Despite his antique mind, Jean Bisson's no fool. To keep tabs on him, we'll need to bug his house, steal the radio tags off local bears, and then jerry-rig them into a sensor array. It's a challenging set of tasks, and that blimp's on its way. Let's get to work.